channel, #MovieBae. I am MovieBae, and in this video, I'm going to be recapping and reviewing episode 2 of College Hill Celebrity Edition. But before we get to it though, I want y'all to drop down and hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Because here on MovieBae, I do reviews, reactions, and commentary to movies and television. And if that's the type of content you find yourself looking for, you might as well hit the subscribe button and stick around. So not only am I reviewing College Hill, I'll also review P-Valley. Y'all know P-Valley. Y'all know that last episode. Go watch that now. And I also review Baddie South that comes on Zeus Network. So feel free to go ahead and check me out after y'all watch this video. So let's go ahead and get into episode 2 of College Hill Celebrity Edition. So y'all know that they were assigned a group project for their business management class. And our groups are separated by Dream, Ray J, India Love, and Slim Thug. And then the other group is Frida, Nini, Lamar, and Stacy. All right. So the end of episode 1, Stacy went into her room after Ray J cursed at her, and she had not come out since. So they do have to start working on their projects regardless if she is around or not. So Dream, Ray J, India, and Slim, they let Ray J take the lead on their project because it's Ray J. He has his little products and he is in business now. So they decide to come up with the germalizer. So if your hands turn red, they're still dirty. If they turn green, then your hands are clean. Now, with this project, they had to create an invention that is not already on the market. I'm sorry to inform y'all. This germalizer is already on the market. And Ray J's like, oh, it's going to be a hit in restaurants. That is exactly where they're being used, sir. Sorry to tell you. I wonder if the professor's going to notice that and point it out. So we got to see. And then they said they got their they got the idea from their project from Lamar, because Lamar apparently has bad hygiene. He never washes his hands after he uses the restroom. He be walking around the house, scratching his ass, scratching his balls, and he scratched his butt with his toothbrush. Like, he's just ill, like disgusting. At this point, India is still overwhelmed with the thought of being in school right now. She feels like she's not really contributing to her group. She is mentally checked out. So when it comes to Frida, Nini, Lamar, and Stacy, Stacy is not participating because, like I said, she's locked away in her room. But they do come up with Hero Hair. Now, this is a hair dryer that does your hair within minutes. So you get to pick out which hairstyle you want, like, boom, lace front, wet and wavy. Boom. Click the button, sit on the dryer, bam. You got a wet and wavy lace front, okay? Or you say, I want blonde finger waves. Boom. You sit on the dryer, you get some blonde finger waves within minutes, okay? So that's their invention. That is not an already created invention. It's a little far-fetched, but all inventions are far-fetched when you first pitch them, right? So that's what they come up with. All right, so in this episode, there were a couple of important conversations that were had that I really, really want to talk about. So the first one is between Slim and Frida. So they're basically outside talking, and Slim asked Frida what their pronouns are. And Frida is like, well, I'm a Brista. Because, you know, like, to my bros, like to the homies in the hood, I'm bro. Because that's what they knew me as. And to my sister, I'm her little brother. So, but in my community, I'm sis, I'm mom, like I'm mother, period. So Frida just refers to themselves as a Brista. I could be a bro, I could be a sister. It really doesn't matter to me what you call me because I know who I am. And because Frida is old school, she says that she's still new to the pronoun things too. So that's why she doesn't get offended by it, because it is like natural of the tongue to associate someone who is or who appears to be male if you call them he, sir, or anything like that. So it's like she doesn't get offended if somebody does slip up and call her that, because it's like, it is what it is. I know who I am and I ain't bothered by it. I really do appreciate this conversation. One, is being had on television. 2, is being had between a cisgender heterosexual male, Slim Thug, and Frida, who identifies as non-binary. So to have that intimate conversation, like, I don't want to be ignorant. I want to make sure I get it right so I don't offend you. I just thought that was like a dope ass moment, and to be comfortable to hang around all different types of people, you know what I'm saying? Like, and to educate Big Frida, for her to be educating Slim on it and not be offended and to not be hostile is literally just for understanding, for knowledge. I really appreciated that moment, and I'm happy that was caught on TV. Another important conversation that happened this episode was between India and Frida. India basically opens up about the insecurities that she has and how she doesn't really know who she is just yet. And her being 26, I think she said, her being 26 and still not knowing who she is, that feeds into her insecurities, as opposed to Big Frida, who lives their life, you know, as they want, regardless of, you know, what other people have to say. We will come back and visit that conversation with India in just a minute. But during breakfast, Stacey is still in her room, and then the ambulance pull up. All right. So they are there for Stacey, and Dreams tries to go and check on her, but the paramedics kick her out. Now, the group is thinking that, at this point, that Stacey is faking because she just didn't want to give up the room. But it very well can be anxiety, because Stacey had a rough couple of days. Like, not only are you being catapulted onto a reality TV show, which I don't think she's done reality TV. I know she's done scripted, but I don't think she's done reality TV. You are out of your element. No offense, by hanging around a lot of black people. Then she got kicked out the dance team. She didn't get kicked out the dance team, but she got, she quit the dance team, and then she came home to more BS from her roommates about how she's always locked up in her room. Listen, I just want to say this. Depression in college students is real. Depression in general is real. In the black community, we need to open up and talk about this, but especially going out to college. First year in college, let me tell you, my roommate, she dropped out the first semester because she was depressed. I'm not even going to cap to you. I followed the semester afterwards because I was depressed. Eventually, I went back, but it's not uncommon. It's a new, what am I thinking? It's a new, oh my God, experience. There you go. It's a new experience. Nerves, anxiety, all of that. I'm pretty sure all of that had to play into how Stacey Dash is feeling as well. But she leaves on a gurney with a sheet over her head. Like, girl, we know it's you. Like, we know it's you, Stacey. You don't have to cover up. You on TV, sis. You're going to be on TV regardless. We know it's you. You look crazier with this rag over your head. Go ahead and go back to our projects, all right? So Nini's group, they decide to make Nini team captain since Stacey is now gone. But they are keeping Stacey up to date. Now, Dream, she decides to eavesdrop on the other group because she thinks they're cheating by having outside sources edit their commercial. Now, when Dream and her group meet with the professor, she rats the other team out and says that they are having outside help on their commercial. Now, the professor makes it clear that there should be no outside help. Everything should be done by the group members. But little does Dream know, Ray J has been calling for outside help on their graphic design. So you might want to hush because it's a little bit of extra help being done in your group as well. And that is exactly what Nini says when Big Frida tells Nini that the other team ratted them out. So this is a part of the preview that was highlighted where I thought that Nini and Ray J were going to get into it. And they kind of did, but it was kind of like a playful thing. So Nini was basically saying, like, Ray J, like, I don't know why you worried about us calling, even if we were calling to get help on our commercial, you've been calling to get help on y'all designs. And then they insert the clip where Ray J has been discussing with somebody about the graphic designs and their logo and stuff like that. So Ray J really couldn't say anything, and he was like, well, I mean, you're right. So they basically, both groups come to the conclusion that, you know what, as long as we pass, y'all do what y'all gotta do, we gonna do what we gotta do. Like, we rooting for each other as long as we pass, period. All right, y'all keep that part in mind. So they basically disperse from the kitchen and they go off to start working on their project. Now Nini is like, because Lamar is basically no help, typical student athlete type shit. They decided to make Lamar the talent, and he is like the star of the commercial. And he's trying on these many different wigs, going under the hair dryer, flipping it down, popping it up. He got a new wig on his head. He go back bald, put it under the hair dryer, pop it up. He got another new wig on his head. And Lamar is living his best life at this point. Lamar is living his best life at this moment with these wigs that he got on. And he made a joke about Frankie Lyman, but I'm not going to make that joke. Y'all understand the joke, so I'm not, okay? And then we get a hint at Ray J's group, and they're recording their commercial, and everything's coming together. Ray J is basically the director, the recorder, the cameraman. Like, he's the concept. Like, Ray J has taken full control over this group. So the next day, we get to talk to Dream and India, and they're basically like chilling in the room, talking about how they don't want to get dressed to go to school. Me, all the time. Like, I don't want to get dressed to go to work. I don't want to get dressed to go to the grocery store. I just want to chill. And they also mentioned the long bus ride. So if y'all watched my episode 1 recap review, I knew that they had to travel to get to campus. I knew it because 1, everything in Houston is 45 minutes to an hour away. 2, TSU is in 3rd Ward, the heart of the hood. They not gonna have they don't have no mansions down there for them to stay in. So they got to literally bus to school for at least an hour to and from. Like, see, I would be over there too, because at least they not driving. Let's just say that, because driving down there, good Lord have mercy. Anyhow, so we get this conversation between Dream and India, and once again, India brings up her insecurities. She says, what I want to get from this experience is to basically stop doubting myself, to build confidence. And she wants to be more than just a lookbook on Instagram. So that's when she opens up about her being insecure, and she feels like, she's 26. It's too old for her to be finding herself. And Dream is like, girl, like, it's people in their 50s still finding themselves. And I totally agree. India, if you find yourself listening to this, matter of fact, everybody, do not put timestamps on your life. It seems like a natural thing to do, especially in the era that we're in with social media and everybody flaunting and capping and stunting on social media. But it is never too old to find yourself. It's never too old to find your passion, to start living your passion, to start living your dreams, anything like that. I initially went to college right after high school, like society tells me to do, at 18, dropped out, was in and out of community college, trying to figure out, like, what I want to do specifically. And then I went back to college at 25. Like, I went back to college at 25 with a whole bunch of little teeny boppers. And graduated at 27. And here I am, 28, with my career, and I still do YouTube. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it took me to go back to school to find out what I wanted to do. I always say, like, I feel like when we're kids, we know who we are, and then life happens. So you have to go through life, unfortunately, until you get back to that state of childhood. So like me, when I was a kid, I used to write like stories, raps. I'm not a good rapper, but stories, raps. I used to draw cartoons to match the scripts. I didn't know they were called scripts at the time. But like, that's what I used to do as a kid. And then literally 20 years later, I'm doing that same shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just life happens in between. So you're never too old to figure out who you are and what your passion is and what makes you happy. All right. That's a major conversation I wanted to have. Hair flip. All right. So the girls are talking, but Ray J gets a phone call that his aunt passes away. So he's going to skip school, and it's presentation day. Ray, that's right. Our main presenter is not presenting because he's on bereavement. Okay. So their group is panicking. Slim, India, who's already nervous, and Dream, because Ray J was their main presenter, and they know little to nothing about their Germinator thing. So here we are. We're at school now. Dream abides by the dress code, and she has a nice pantsuit on with a turtleneck, period. But Nini, Frida, and Lamar go first because Stacy is in the hospital. And while Nini is presenting, Dream is making little comments, low-key rude, okay? If I was a professor, if I was Nini, please hold all comments to the end of the presentation. Thank you. Okay, we don't need your commentary. Shush, shush, be quiet. But Dream is making comments during their presentation talking about, oh, this looks really professional. Y'all did this by yourself? Oh my gosh. Like, just being smart. And then Nini's confused because she's like, wait a minute, bitch. I thought we came to the conclusion, like, y'all do what y'all need to do. We gonna do what we need to do. Like, we not in competition with each other, right? We just both trying to pass. But guess not. So their presentation, it was low-key good. Their commercial came out good. The feedback that the professor gave them, that they had no target market, which I can understand. Frida was like, we targeting everybody who got hair on their head. Like, what you talk about? But I would have marketed more so to maybe beauty shops in the urban market. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have a target market. And Big Frida was at a dress code because she had on some platforms metallic sneakers, and that was not business attire. So now it's time for Dream, Slim, and India to go because Ray J's on bereavement, and India has a full-blown panic attack. So Dr. Cooley, the professor, goes out to try to calm her down with no cameras. And like I said, India is in the bathroom crying, having a panic attack. She doesn't think that she can present in front of everybody. So that is the end of the episode. Next week, they're going to pick up biology class, and we are going to get an update on Stacy. Will India overcome her nerves and give her presentation? Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Like I said, subscribe for reviews of College Hill. I'm not sure when they're dropping these new episodes because I just went on there today, which is Thursday, and they have another new episode. So I'm like, what the hell? Like, what day are these episodes dropping? So subscribe so y'all can stay tuned for when I do the reviews. Check out my P-Valley reviews and baddies if that's what y'all watch. Like this commentary to support Black businesses. Leave a comment down below. What are your thoughts on the show so far? Can you relate to India? What do y'all think about Slim and Frida's conversation? And I'll see y'all next time. It's a date.